Ambition. It's one of the main driving factors behind why we do what we do. We naturally try to set out to achieve something because the world is so vast and there are seemingly endless possibilities. When you were, or maybe are, young, you've probably contemplated on what you want to do in the world, thinking about your ultimatum. And in the process of going through life, it's normal to feel lost or that the goals that you want to achieve are unreasonable for whatever the reason. Part of that is because of our ambition. Despite wanting to get out and do something, it's not exactly easy to break out of our comfort zone. Change is tough, and reaching for an achievement means breaking out of the cycle of just living and working towards that goal. But in the pursuit of everyone trying to reach their goals, there are people who may be more or less different than you. The ones who want to achieve but have no plan, the ones who are dedicated and have planned their journey well in advance, the ones who are just looking for something to do, and the ones who are given the privilege of potential success but hate what they do. Sora Yori mo Toi Basho, or A Place Further Than the Universe, explores the different perspectives of how people learn to chase after their ambitions and how they manage with similar obstacles and goals in the process. It's a great look into people's incentives, struggles, and accomplishments that can really be applied to any path in life. With the main cast of 4 characters, the show uses each of them to portray the different personalities of people who have a desire to achieve something or want to figure out what they should do. Mari Tamaki is the ambitious without a plan type. Many of us can relate to the desire to achieve something but not knowing what. No matter what stage in life you're at, it can feel like an endless path of potential crossroads. While there are many who have a more pessimistic need to accomplish some grand goal, Mari represents the childlike innocence side of ambition. She may not know what, how, or when she'll do it, but that unknown goal is what drives her forward. Just the initiative to do something different and take charge of life is enough to propel some people to keep going. Those people may not entirely understand what obstacles are ahead or how tedious they might be, but they're determined to push forward because of the simple pursuit of doing something. To achieve something, whether its impact be big or small, personal or societal, the motivation is there, and the first step is to find that something. Of course, you can't blindly walk through life expecting to be able to accomplish something with no forethought, or expecting to be given an opportunity to do so. For people like Mari, it's more like keeping the desire on hold until something catches your intrigue enough to want to pursue it. Mari always had the desire to change her daily routine, to do something out of the ordinary and make the most out of her youth. Despite her self-awareness and occasional determination to step out, it's never as easy as it seems to do so. That fear of commitments not working out always comes crawling back, and it's only up to yourself to fight it, many times without a safety net. But when she came across Shirase and the notion of going to Antarctica, a place and goal that was so extraordinary to daily life, it captivated her enough to want to strive for it. Of course, there were times of doubt and second guessing, but it's the fight against that fear that lets anyone accomplish anything. You're not guaranteed to get what you want, but it's a heck of a lot easier to do so when you have a firm belief in it. Keeping that childlike ambition can get you to where you want to be, but it can also sometimes make it hard to want to step down. To calm down from that high of accomplishment and wanting to forever stay in your peak, because coming down means to go back to being ordinary and passive. But that isn't necessarily the case. There can always be a next time to push for another goal, but it's also important to accept that the moment of an accomplishment on a personal or societal level cannot stay forever. You're not going to have that dream job forever. But that isn't to say that you can't strive for something new, because you've already proven to yourself that you have what it takes to act on an initiative and do what you want. There are people in the world who seem to have their whole life, or string of accomplishments planned ahead. They look like they have it all figured out, and they already have a firm foot planted in their path. Shirase Kabuchizawa is the embodiment of that kind, wanting to go to Antarctica because it's where her mother disappeared. The determination behind achieving a goal is what leads these people to plan their path, to want something so badly that you can't help but think forward. It's almost like solving a puzzle and taking into account for every piece on every step. This isn't to say that their path isn't any easier though, because planning and execution are 2 completely different actions. No matter how much planning you've put into something, there will always be something that goes wrong. even if it's just a little off course. And those setbacks can stack up or have big consequences towards achieving your goal. It's the difference between those who can get back on their feet and those who can't that can make even the impossible possible. With already such a large feat to set out for, and even larger barriers to pass, it's those who are strong-willed enough that can make it. Shirase gets annoyed when her perfectionism is broken, but she's able to withstand it because of her determination. That desire to reach Antarctica and stand where her mother did. While everyone has their own reasons for being fixated on a goal, it's being able to stick with that can take one to go places. And sometimes, we lose sight of what motivated us to achieve in the first place. We can get so caught up in the journey and effort that it took to get to where we are that the accomplishment in and of itself almost feels numb to some. Or sometimes we may not know what we're really looking for in the pursuit of a goal, and that causes us to feel lost when we've seemingly reached it. You might be able to achieve something, but do you know why you did it? What were you hoping to gain from it? Was it simply to accomplish something in life, or was there more to it? Understanding why you are or were determined to go out and reach your goal can help in finding closure in your current journey. That understanding can help us find the purpose of our struggles and maybe even help in pushing onwards to greater and newer goals. Yuzuki Shiraishi is a child actress, and given her current career, she's had the opportunity to feature in many acting gigs, to travel, and to be successful. There are many people who have been able to find success in their youth, but it may not necessarily be what they want. For a lot of people, when they're a child, the ideal way of living is to have fun and make friends. And while being an actress from a young age can certainly give you those things, it can also pile you with responsibilities and lead to souring your appreciation and enjoyment for your early career. This is especially exacerbated by parents who want their child to succeed and try to keep pushing them, when really all the child wants is to live a life how they want to. Despite all the privileges that come with early success being pushed onto you, it doesn't necessarily feel liberating. Not everyone will relate to Yuzuki's childhood success, but maybe they can relate to being forced into doing something that they didn't want to. The expectations of your parents or people around you coerce you into the path of achieving greater and greater things without regard for what you want to do. Why is it that those people continue to bear with the path that they've chosen to be locked into? Some people may continue with it just to please people, some may abandon it out of retaliation, but others may find acceptance and appreciation of it. It's not easy to find acceptance in something that you've been forced to do, but it is possible. Whether that be through the experiences you go through, the knowledge gained, or even the people you got to be around, they can make it all the worthwhile. Maybe that acceptance can even push you onwards into the same direction, or a different one entirely, and while not everyone may view acceptance as an option, those that can have the satisfaction of knowing that they chose the path for themselves, rather than someone else. For some people, all they're looking for is anything else to do, to get away from their current surroundings or situation and do something. It's a seemingly more relaxed way of chasing ambition, but can be one filled with personal strife. Nobody just decides to want to get away for no reason, and in Hinata Miyake's case, she wanted to get away from her town because of her past issues in high school. Even though she quit school, the town around her still has remnants of the incident. The people that she thought of as friends, who talked behind her back, are still in this town. When Hinata hears about the idea to go to Antarctica, it's a chance for her to go to a place where none of those remnants exist. For a lot of people, they can relate to Hinata's desire to get away, especially with how terrible the world has been of late, and that's the main part of their drive. But just because you want to escape doesn't mean that you can simply resign yourself from your daily life and responsibilities. That's why, just like everyone else, these people still have to work just as hard to make that dream a reality. A lot of people would rather forget their past incidents, and in a more physical sense can try to move to a place where none of those incidents happened and where none of the people involved are. But ironically, it's because of those same issues that jump-started the desire to get away from everything. There has to be a time where you have to face the fact that those incidents helped you become the person that you are and took you to where you are now. You don't have to think of them as positive, and you certainly don't have to welcome the fact with open arms, but accepting that can help you move past it for good, because otherwise, it can eat away at you. That baggage won't get dropped unless you've been able to accept that your past helped to form your present. Ambition is something that everyone can possess, but to what extent and how it's fueled is different in everyone. Understanding the drive behind your ambition, making sure to take full advantage of it and never letting it go can help you achieve whatever it is you want to do. Without ambition, life is just a cycle of normalcy, with unchanging sights and routine. But with ambition and achieving your goals, you can also get to appreciate that normalcy. The places, people, and circumstances surrounding you that were never given a second thought now have all the more meaning to them. The change in scenery and pace in life is something that not everyone may get accustomed to, but the exposure to it nonetheless is proof that our ambition got us to move forward. To move away from our friends and familiar spaces means sacrificing a part of ourselves, but it also means that we get to build a new part, with new experiences, relationships, and knowledge. It's not easy to go out and achieve something, but it's certainly possible, because there have been millions of people before you and around you who have all been pursuing something, and it's a lot easier to motivate yourself knowing that you have people who share similar ambitions or who have accomplished similar things.